Okay, now I am on the screen, and before me is the admin login, which is the super admin. And before you prepare provisional offer, debit notes, you need to first log in as a super admin or an admin or whoever that level assignment we're assigned to. Okay, so here I'm going to log in as a super admin and then prepare a provisional offer letter, prepare a debit note, and then I'll log out. Then I'll log in as um, a lazy and then view my provisional offer letter and then try to make payment online. Also view my debit note and then also try to make payment online. Okay, so that's what we're going to achieve in this video tutorial, and then I'll just take us briefly too on the other sections where applicable. Okay, now to log in, I use the login access for CROSPIL, which is admin, and then add the password and then select super admin. I'm going to send you the login details as we progress. Then here I'll come to lazy because I want to. Is there a way if I can come to lazy here for provisional offer? I can use both. For provisional offer and debit note, I can use both lazy or I go to assets register. Okay, let me go to assets register and then we do this while once the page is done loading. So I'm going to use a dummy lazy that is titled Bishop, and then I'm using my name here, Bishop Michael, and then Bishop Michael, and then I'll come to this drop down here. I'll select provisional offer or debit note, whichever one I want to do. So in this case now, as when I want to create is a provisional offer letter. So I click on provisional offer letter, and then see it's empty. The page is empty automatically. Once there is no provisional letter existing, it will take you to what is called the raise provisional offer page, right? That's why you see it's completely empty. Okay, so let's assume that we uh, the 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 text or the values are there already. So we open an MS Word and go to one of the documents you've created already. Okay, let's go to this. Okay, let's just load this page. So um, let's assume that this is owned by Bishop Michael. Then we scroll down. These are his details. So what do? We take income as his location of estate. Enter it here. Go back there. The plot number is 7. Block number is 1. And then unit is E. Okay. 7 1 E, right? 7 1 E. Okay. Then the approximate area of plot is this. Now, for every lessee, you only assign for every lessee, for every lessee's property, actually. For every lessee's property, you create one provisional offer. What I mean is this: assuming Michael bought 10 land, 10 plot of land from you and different locations. Each plot, if I understand how the whole process works, each plot has only one provisional offer. However, that same plot can have as many debit notes as possible until the debts are cleared off. He or she will keep receiving debit note until the debts are cleared up. Oh, no. as long as the land is being owned by that lessee, debit note will keep being raised, until that lessee, either sells off the property or maybe hands over to somebody else. But as long as that lessee owns that property, debit note will be raised. But provisional offer is one per property. Okay, so we have entered this. Now let's come to the other side. Go back here. The price is 407, so we'll copy it. Then the other one is 5,000, 5,000. Okay, so here 407, and here is 5,000. Here is 5,000. See, as we add, the sum automatically sums it up. Okay. Now the other one is, oh sorry, the other one is 20,000, 20,000, 5,150. Okay, 20,000, 20,000, 30,000, 150, 150. Then the next one is what? 10,175. 10,175. Now, as we go, we use the tab key. It's important. As you use the tab key, it automatically causes the system to sum up by itself. Okay, so see that the total value here, the sale value here is 695,713. Now let's come to the letter. Okay, here we have 7. Okay, now something is wrong somewhere. There is an addition that is not okay. Sorry, this is 35 and not 30. Here I wrote 30. Thank you for that. So sorry for that, please. So tab, 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 tab. Okay, 701,000. It's cool. That's what we have here. Okay, so this 13 here, if you look here, it's an approximate. Okay, now what we have here is, they say here is 700,000, which means the 1,088 naira was actually removed. So here you have the opportunity to make it a round figure. Okay, so when we submit now, the system will send this in as a provisional offer payment for Mr. Michael, right? So even though the system sums up the value here, we made it possible such that you can now actually add maybe a whole value, a round up number, just like you did here for this place. Okay, now so observe, we're going to submit this now. You see, we have submitted it now. Now the system has actually come back to the actual provisional offer page now. As you can see, so this is what we've entered, and these are the details as I seen above. Okay, these are the details as seen above. So I'm sure this is clear. Now, if you want to progress further to edit something, we use this. But let's right now assume that everything here is in order. So, having raised the provisional offer letter, we go back to asset register, and then this time we're going to raise this debit note. So we look for his name again. Sorry, and that's it here. So this time we click on debit note, right? Okay, so debit note. I also saying debit note here is empty. This is just a default value, assuming that you want to prepare debit note for the current year. So, but here we can actually change it to 2021, just having there. And then once more, we also open up debit note document and get values from there, just to make sure we are working as though we are dealing with real values. Okay, so the current year is 2021, so we change this to 2021. We learned already. Then the arrears is for 2007 to 2020, so we copy that and put here. Then um, the arrears money actually is this, so we put here. Okay, the ground rent is this, we copy it as well. Okay, then the management fee is 5,000, VAT is 5,000. So management fee 5,000, there's no sublease fee. So here I will put 5,000, no sublease fee. So we'll add the VAT here. So we're getting what? 79,472. So we'll come back. That's exactly what we have here. 79,472. Okay. So we're going to submit it. Please do not bother about this one. We're using this to do some checking. At the end of the day, all of this will be hidden, but to enable us ensure that we are capturing actual details. This is what we call the invoice number. The lessee will need this when making payments. The system will need this to capture who entered these values, so that in case of tomorrow, the officer who entered cannot deny. So I am the one entering, so hence I assign admin. So by the time we assign access to whoever we're entering this, the person's email address, which is unique, will be seen here. So if for any reason you want to call who prepared these documents, this is the email address that we're seeing. And the dates and time it was prepared, and the ID of the lessee. The asset property is 2. The ID of the lessee is 647. So all of these are for record purposes. Okay, now so we are done preparing the debit note for the current year 2021 arrears period 2007 to 2020 and the rest of the fees. Okay, so now we raise the debit note by submitting. Okay, you can see it here. So you see, we raise the debit note and the system has captured it. Now we are going to log out as an admin and then log back in as the lessee. Okay, the lessee. So, but before I do that, let me also show us a few things. Let me just show you a few things, sir. Every payment every application form payment and debit and provisional fee payment made by the property owners will be seen on these two menus. This will capture payment made for all application forms submitted, and this will capture payment made for all debit notes and provisional hours. So right now none has been raised, so hence you are seeing no payment. Now by the time I log out and log in as debit lessee and make payment, you're going to capture that here. So the essence of this is so in case the lessee comes in and say he or she has made payment, but the office cannot see the payment listed here, then there's no way that lessee can claim he has made payment when it's not being seen. The system will be capturing all payment directly from the source, because the bank account will be linked to remitter platform, and the remitter platform will be linked to this platform. So every transaction that is done in your bank account, remitter will capture it and send to this platform. Okay, so at this point, let's log out as admin, and then we're going to log in as lessee. Now, I can actually log in as lessee here, but let me show you something, sir. Every lessees on their own we've created a different login for a different login page for them. As you can see here, um, the page here has this lazy login. You can see. So sorry for that. So, and once you do that, the system will automatically load a different login page, and here you only see login as access level. So now the lazy login I'm going to use is this. Then the password, and then I say lazy. I cannot accept anything here. I will just enter login. So I've logged in as a lazy. Then I come to my, I say lazy. Okay, every invoice that the lazy will raise will capture here. Now this is going to show application form invoices, and this is to show debit note to provisional offer invoices, right? Okay, so to create application form invoice, we use this one. Now here, under this menu, the Lizzie will see all his or her provisional offer letters. Assuming he has more than one property, all will be on in this. We will see on this page here. Let me just click on it. Okay, we'll resolve this. Don't worry. Then all the something applies to his debit note. Something applies to his payment. All this application payment will be seen here. All this debit note payment will be seen here. Then is a asset register too. Will be seen here. Okay, will be seen here. Now, if I see this is the provisional offer letter we just prepared for him. This is the provisional offer letter we just prepared for him, and that is why we're seeing it here. Okay. Remember, we have prepared the provisional offer letter. This is it here. Okay. And we also prepared a debit note. This is debit note here. Now, we need to view. Sorry, please. This should have changed. Something should have been here. This should have shown a table, but we'll correct it. There should have been a table here, which is something like this. Okay, maybe I've not brought it here. Let me see something. Okay, okay. No problems. Well, you would have seen a page here titled "My Provisional Offers." That page would have looked like this, with a table, so that assuming he has more than one properties, all the properties will be listed on this page. And now we'll correct that and add it back. Okay. So now, right now, this man has only one debit note. Now, if there are more than one debit notes, they'll all be listed here on this page, on this table. So you see one here, you see one below like that. Even if there are 10, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 debit notes. Okay, so now let's view this debit note. Exactly. So this is debit note. Okay, this is debit note. Now we are going to proceed further by uh, making payment from this. Okay, so as a lazy, I will try and make payment now for my provisional offer and then for my debit note. Okay, so we're going to use Remitter's demo card to make payment on that platform. So just work with me as we carry out this. Okay, so now the next thing I'll do is click generate invoice. Okay, now this is this is very important because the system will capture this in the invoice. Remember, this is the amount to pay, and this is the purpose of the payment, and this is email address, phone number, and name. Now, once more again, do not bother about this because we're going to use this in the course of our work. Okay, so I generate invoice. Okay, that has been captured. Now here I'm going to this generate this error code. As it is not, it has not been generated yet. It will just it has not been saved yet. So once I click generate, it will sum this and then post. So I do that again. Okay. Now I have generated my error code and invoice. So I'm progressing now to make to process the invoice and make payment. Remember, I'm paying for what? Provisional offer. Uh, this when I'm preparing for my debit note 2, it will go through the same page. So that's why you see my completed debit note and provisional offer invoices. They use this table. So I progress now to make payment. So I click on this. They show me this. So I continue to remitter page now. And then I click proceed to remitter. Okay. So observe now. It has taken me to remitter platform, as you can see here on this URL. It has come here. And like this is remitter page. Now this is the error code I was generated. This is my name as the payer's name, my phone number, my email address. So I progress now to submit to remitter. Okay. So this is remitter payment platform, right? Now in this instance, is assume I want to pay with card, right? But if I choose to pay with, if I choose not to pay card, and I want to pay on directly the bank account, I'll just select bank account here, you know, and then select my account number and then proceed. Then if I choose to pay in the bank directly, all I simply need to do is come here, choose the remitter number, and then proceed to the bank, you know, and pay it there manually. Or I choose to use USSD, I use this and then I click on this, choose my bank, and then the system will automatically generate this USSD. If I choose to pay with QR code, the same thing applies. I will also choose the provider and then to generate this code. So whichever method I choose to use here, the system has it. But right now, we're going to use the dummy card. Okay, so I'm going to use, you know, I'm going to use remitters. I'm going to use remitters dummy card to make payments. Okay, so this is the bank number here. The dummy date is 0530, 0530. Then the CVV is 000. Okay, then no, then the one-time password is this, which is a 1234556. Okay, 1234556. I'm going to send this detail to you so you can use the movement. Now I click on pay. See, payment has gone through, and then the system will now take me back to the system. But first, it will show me this transaction. The transaction report said your transaction study was operated successfully. Okay, so I click OK, and then this is the report here. So the RR code is this, transaction status is 01, and what does it mean that it's been approved? Okay, so click update table. So here we will simply now do this by clicking this page, with this button here to update our payment. As you can see, this is how it's looking. Let me just capture this screen and save it here. So when we are done capturing, we'll see the difference. Okay, so let me update this payment now. Okay, now this is how it's looking now. This is the amount we paid. So now let's compare the two. This is before payment, right? See the amount is 0. and this is after payment. You see that? And other ID is zero, nothing here, but here you have your other ID, and then the message, nothing here, but here you have message, and payment date and transaction time. As you can see here, they're all zero, but you see there are dates here, and the status is showing 01, and here there's no status, and here you have a button, but here you have payment verified. So this is how this whole thing is done. You see, this is how it is done. Um, so once this is done, and then I log in as admin, I go to the payment. I also see like this. Okay. Now, if I go to completed debit note return offers, I also see that the invoice here is complete. As you can see, the order ID is there, IRA code, phone number is there, payment is there, and here is showing this, which means it's been completed. If not, it will have been showing a spinning icon, as I told before, but as you can see, it's completed. So, based on this, the payment for the provisional offer is done, right? So now we proceed to make payment as for the debit note. Okay, so the same process we took in paying for the provisional offer, the same process we're going to take in paying for the debit note. Okay, so we view the debit note, and I'll say invoices and payments, which means I'm going to generate invoices and then make payment. As you can see again, so here we click generate invoice. The invoice has been generated here. The next is generate error code. That has been done here. You see. Now you see this is for the provisional. This was the first payment we made, which is for provisional offer. Now we're going to proceed to make payment for debit note. Okay. Now you see the difference. This share shows that payment has been completed, but this share shows that payment is yet to be completed. So which means we should process the payment. Okay, so what do we do? Just know that there's no other ID here, but when we're done, other ID will show. So we click on this, then we'll continue, and then we'll proceed to remitter. Remitter will generate this for us again, and then we'll say submit. And while that is loading, we copy our card detail. Then the date is 0530, and then the CVV is 000. I believe that's it. 0530. Okay. Then we make payment. Remember, the one-time password is 123456. Okay. Payment is done, and then we'll now go back to the system by first we see transaction status. As you can see, approved again. Okay. Now we're back here again. Now, but this is our payment. Now, what do we need to do? We need to update our payment table. All right. Before now, see this one shows this. Now, when you click on this button, it will capture our order ID, capture the message, capture the payment date and transaction time, and then capture the status. And then this button will disappear, and then what we will now be seeing here is payment verified, as we are seeing here now. So this text will replace this button. Okay, so we click this, bam, it's done. So now we have our order ID, we have approved, we have our payment date and time, and then we have our status code too, and then the amount that was paid, and then it has this icon is gone, and we now have payment verified. Okay, so we also come to our invoices and check this again. You see now, you see now. So this simply shows how the entire process will take place once the disease start doing it. I'm sure this is easy now. So um, we are going to log out again and log in as admin and check this payment on admin side. So we're logging out as property owner. We'll remove this and then log in as um, CROSPIL admin. And then just go to payment. Okay, it's not showing here yet, but by the time we are done, it will show. Probably there's a hitch somewhere that's making it to show, but rest assured that before you start, by the time you're done, when you start checking, you see that this has been taken care of. Now I'm going to leave those payments I made there so that it will, when you do yours, you compare what I did and what you did. If the results are the same, right? So I'm going to work on this page and make it available so when you log in, you also see it. Thank you so much, sir, for the privilege to be a service to your company. We pledge to do our best to ensure you get the best too. Thank you so much. I sign out now.